Hi all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss all about NIE. So NIE is National Interest Exception, which is given for people who are not exempted from travel ban. So the most frequently asked question is, do I need NIE approval before going to visa interview or at the time of visa interview? You don't need to have NIE approval at the time of visa interview, but you need to take an NIE request letter at the time of your visa interview. So you can produce your NIE request letter to the visa interview officer. They will review your NIE request at the time of your visa approval, and if your NIE is approved, they will provide your visa with an NIE annotated in that is you are exempted from the travel ban. So you no need to have a separate NIE approval in case if your visa approval has an NIE annotated in that. So this is really helpful for people who are not exempted from travel ban. So same applies to your Dropbox appointment also. So if you are going to drop your documents through Dropbox appointment, you have to submit your NIE request letter along with your other documents. They will review your NIE request letter and approve it. If in case your NIE is approved during your visa approval, then you will get your visa stamped in your passport with the NIE approval annotated in your visa page itself. So we know there are so many different categories for NIE and not all the people fit into the same category. So for example, if you are working under critical infrastructure and in IT field, then your NIE category is going to be critical infrastructure under IT, that is information technology. So you have to get an NIE request letter from your employer stating you work under critical infrastructure and you are eligible for NIE. So this letter will help you in getting NIE approval. You can also write your NIE letter, but getting an NIE letter from your employer is more efficient than writing your own. So the other famous category for NIE approval is family separation. For example, if you are on H4 visa and your primary applicant, that is H1B, is in US, then you can claim NIE on the basis of family separation. So most of the NIE under family separation are approved only if you are away from your primary applicant H1B visa holder for more than 4 weeks. So if you are more than 4 weeks away from your primary applicant, you can claim your NIE based on family separation. So if in case you are an H4 dependent, then you don't have to get an NIE letter from the primary applicant's employer. You can get an NIE letter based on your family separation. Please mention how many days or how many months you are away from your primary applicant in your NIE request letter, and take your request letter with you along with the primary applicant's passport copy, recent I-797 copy. So this will help you in getting your NIE approval. So you have to take your NIE letter while you are submitting your other documents through Dropbox or through visa interview. So if in case you are having a regular visa interview, then the officer might ask you for NIE approval letter or NIE request letter. So if your primary applicant has already have an NIE approved, then you can take your primary applicant's approval letter, or you can take your own NIE request letter in case you are claiming NIE on the basis of family separation. So there are so many different scenarios under which you can claim your NIE. So please make sure you read your NIE criteria and eligibility before drafting your own letter. So after June 16, it has been made mandatory to take your NIE letter along with your other documents during your visa interview or Dropbox appointment. This is already mentioned in US Travel Doc website. I will provide the link for this in the description below. I will also provide some sample NIE letters in the description below, so you can have a reference to that. So if in case you are exempted from travel ban, then you don't need NIE request letter. Instead, you can take a letter stating that you are exempted from travel ban under certain category and attach the supporting document along with your exemption letter. So this letter is also mandatory if you are in case exempted from travel ban. So at the time of visa interview or at the time of your Dropbox appointment, you can provide this letter to the officer stating that you are exempted from travel ban, and you have also attached the proof along with that letter. So for example, if you are a parent of US citizen under age 21, then you are exempted from travel ban and you don't need NIE request letter or NIE approval letter. So in that case, you have to write an exemption letter stating that you are exempted from travel ban because you are a parent of a US citizen child who is under 21. And also you have to attach the child's birth certificate and child's passport copy along with their exemption letter. So make sure you attach child's birth certificate authenticate with their letter because US passport doesn't have parents' name in it. So it is not necessary to take your US citizen kid along with you for your visa interview or your Dropbox interview. Only the exception letter is enough. And also for people who come under exception category, they don't annotate anything related to NIE in your visa page. So why do we need NIE request? This is because US Embassy is very keen in providing visa for people who are able to travel. They believe you are able to travel under NIE exception or travel ban exception, then your visa is been granted as of now. Otherwise, they put you on hold. This is the main reason they ask you for NIE request letter or NIE approval letter. So who needs NIE approval letter? For example, in case primary applicant, that is H1B holder, already have a visa stamped and NIE approval letter, and their dependents H4 visa holders are going to attend visa interview or Dropbox interview, they can take H1B, that is primary applicants, NIE approval letter along with passport copy of primary applicant and visa stamped page copy of primary applicant. For all other category, you can take NIE request letter. So if you are an H1B visa holder and you are going to attend your visa interview or Dropbox appointment along with your dependent, then your NIE request letter should have all the details about your dependent also. You don't have to do an separate NIE request letter. You can mention all their details in the same NIE request letter. So how to avoid 221G? This is the main topic going around nowadays. So why do we get 221G? Again, as I said, US Embassy is very keen in providing visa for only people who are able to travel to US at this circumstance. So if you don't have an NIE request letter or if you don't have a travel exception, then they issue an NIE request letter 221G. So to avoid 221G, it's better to take an NIE request letter along with you. Sometimes the officer might not ask you about your NIE request letter. That's fine. If they are asking you about NIE request letter, then please submit the NIE request letter along with the supporting documents. So for all H1B holders, please get an NIE request letter from your employer. So the next popular question is, can I apply NIE from US itself before traveling? So this depends upon your visa status. If your stamped visa is already expired, then I believe you cannot apply NIE with your expired stamped visa. But if in case your visa is not expired, then you can apply NIE while you are still in US before planning a travel. But please remember, your NIE approval is only valid for 30 days. So if you are planning to apply your NIE while you are still in US, once you get your approval, you have to plan your travel within 30 days because your NIE approval will expire after 30 days. So this leads us to the next question. Do NIE have a validity period? Yes, NIE do have a validity period. It is like 30 days valid. So nowadays NIE approval has a start date and end date. So your start date will be the date that you have mentioned in your NIE request as a travel date, and your end date will be the date from 30 days of your start date. So before this, NIE approval was valid for 30 days from the time you receive your approval, but nowadays most of the consulates are issuing NIE approval with the start date and end date. So before you can provide an intended travel date for your NIE request, but nowadays consulates are asking exact travel date. So make sure you provide an exact travel date for your travel purpose. If you have an air ticket already booked for your travel, then you can submit the ticket along with your NIE request as a proof. So if in case you are applying NIE request after getting visa stamped and you are applying through email, then most of the consulates are replying to your NIE request nearing to your travel date. So and once you apply NIE through email, you will get an automated reply immediately, and after that you can expect reply for your NIE request within 2 weeks. So most of the consulates reply for your NIE request within 2 weeks, and if you don't get any reply even after 2 weeks, you can send a follow-up email. So your NIE approval copy will have your name and passport details in it with an NIE start date and end date. So you have to travel only within those start date and end date. So some consulates only reply with applicant's name in the NIE letter, and some consulates reply with applicant's name and passport number, and I have heard even some consulates reply with applicant's name, passport number and date of birth details in their NIE approval letter. So while you are traveling, you have to take a printout of your NIE approval letter. If in case your passport number is not mentioned in your NIE approval letter, please take the array of your email, along with your NIE request letter. So in that case, your NIE request letter will have your passport number and your approval will have your name in it. So next popular thing is, can I apply NIE for B1, B2 visa holders? Most of the B1, B2 visa holders NIE is getting rejected. Only in an emergency situation it is getting approved. So if you really have an emergency situation, then you can apply NIE for B1, B2 visa holders. Otherwise, most of the time it is getting rejected. So if you are applying NIE request along with your dependents, then your NIE approval letter will have primary applicant's name, passport details along with dependent's name and passport details in it. Without dependent's name in your NIE approval, dependents cannot travel with primary applicant. So make sure your approval letter has dependent's name in it. So next question is, can I travel after 30 days of NIE approval? So since nowadays NIE approval letter has start date and end date, you cannot travel after your end date. So in case you have missed to travel within the time limit of your NIE approval, then you have to apply for new NIE request. So if in case you are going to apply an emergency appointment or emergency Dropbox appointment, state that you are eligible for NIE. If in case you are eligible, that will get your appointment approved fast. So I have already made a separate video on how to apply NIE. Please refer to that video if you have any other questions. So in this video, I have covered all the details about taking NIE request letter during your visa interview or Dropbox appointment. So make sure you carry your NIE request letter during your visa interview or Dropbox appointment. Even if the officer didn't ask you about NIE request letter, make sure he makes a note that you are eligible for NIE while your visa interview or Dropbox appointment. So that will help you in getting your visa with NIE annotated in that, if in case you are not exempted from travel ban. So if you are exempted from travel ban, please take your exemption letter along with the proof supporting your exemption. I'll provide the exemption categories down below in the description and also in the comment section. And I'll also attach some of NIE sample letters for family separation and critical infrastructure NIE request letter. So the other popular question is, do I need to be vaccinated completely in order to travel from India to US? No, you don't have to be vaccinated completely in order to travel from India to US. I have recently completed my travel. Nobody questioned about my vaccination history. You only need a negative RT-PCR test before boarding your airline. So there are different timeline in taking your RT-PCR test depending upon the airline. Some airlines demand to take RT-PCR test within 72 hours. Some airlines demand within 48 hours. And also most of the people has taken their one dose in India and waiting to take their second dose. So if in case you have planned your travel before taking your second dose, then you can reach your nearby government vaccination center and show your travel document, that is your passport and tickets, and get your second dose immediately. So I have also shared my travel experience from India to US in my last video. I will provide the link for that video in the description below. If you have any doubts regarding travel, then you can refer to that video. I hope I have answered all the questions regarding NIE request letter. If you have any other queries, please leave in the comment section. I will be happy to help you. I hope this video is helpful. If you find this video helpful, please like and share the video. It might help others who are in same situation. And also subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to receive notification from my channel once new video is uploaded. Please stay safe and healthy. Thank you.